Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Drama on this Wednesday, Herbert Marshall is The Man Called X, Dangerous Assignment starring Brian Donlevy, Lon Clark as Nick Carter, Master Detective, and we will have Suspense, The Doom Machine starring Leon Janney, and Claudia starring, of course, our Catherine Bard and Paul Crabtree, who do such a very wonderful job with the adaptation. That's what's coming up here on this Wednesday. This is the 4th day of March, 63rd day of the year, and we have 302 days remaining until the end of the year. And something used to happen on this date that doesn't happen anymore. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you about that in a minute. Christopher Columbus arrived back in Lisbon on this date in 1493 aboard the ship Nina from his discovery voyage to America. He returned to Spain on March 15th. Charles II of England granted a land charter to William Penn for the area that would later become Pennsylvania in 1681. Continental Congress voted on this date in 1778 to ratify both the Treaty of Amity and Commerce and the Treaty of Alliance with France, the two treaties first entered into by the U.S. government. In 1789 in New York City, the first Congress met and declared the new Constitution of the U.S. in effect. Happy birthday, Vermont. You were admitted as the 14th state of the Union on this date in 1791. The 11th Amendment of the Constitution passed by Congress. It dealt with each state's sovereign immunity in regard to federal lawsuits. In the first ever peaceful transfer of power between elected leaders in modern time, John Adams sworn in as president on this date in 1797, succeeding George Washington. 1814, Americans defeated the British at the Battle of Longwoods between London and Thames, near present-day Wardsville, Ontario. Chicago became incorporated as a city on this date in 1837, and in Chicago on this date in 1902, the American Automobile Association was founded, AAA. Jeanette Rankin of Montana became the first female member of the House of Representatives in 1917. Jeanette Rankin holds the distinction of being the only person to vote against the declaration of World War I and World War II. Calvin Coolidge became the first president of the U.S. to have his inauguration broadcast on radio in 1925. Why did Jeanette Rankin vote against the declaration of war? She was an anti-war person, she was a woman, so at that time, women were not combatants. And she said, I can't fight in a war, and I'm not going to vote for it. Anyway, let's see. Charles Curtis became the first Native American vice president on this date in 1929. And it was on this date in 1933, the very first inauguration of Franklin Delano Roosevelt took place. It featured a phrase in 1933 designed to bring the nation out of malaise and depression.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed effort to convert retreat into advance.
And March 4th inauguration never happened again. It would be moved for the next election, which would the next inauguration would be held in 1937 on January 20th. In 1933, also on this date, Frances Perkins became Secretary of Labor, the first female member of the cabinet. In a quiet ceremony on this date in 1952, two Hollywood actors were married, and they would stay together until his passing in 2004. They appeared together in only one motion picture. Here's a scene from that picture. Can you guess who they were?
You knew I was fresh out of a bad marriage when we met. I wanted to be sure this time, so we played it safe. Until I knew that you were Mr. Right. Then you gave me that line about wartime marriages.
I wanted a wife and kids, not a widow and orphans.
Sure. And I began to think maybe you were playing the South Sea Circuit.
You knew better.
I think you figured out who it was. Movie, the 1957 World War II submarine movie, Hellcats of the Navy. The woman was billed as Nancy Davis, and the man, the future governor of California, the 40th president of the United States, Ronald Reagan. Ronnie and Nancy married on this date in 1952. President Reagan's death in 2004 ended what Charlton Heston called the greatest love affair in the history of the American presidency. The U.S. Atomic Energy Commission announced on this date in 1962 that the first atomic power plant at McMurdo Station in Antarctica was in operation. 1964 Teamsters Union head Jimmy Hoffa, convicted in Chattanooga, Tennessee, of attempted bribery of a grand juror and was sentenced to 8 years. After the sentence was handed down, Hoffa fiercely proclaimed his innocence to reporters.
I have been sentenced. I will appeal. I am not guilty. And I say to the millions of members of organized labor, have heed, because those who fight for you and fight to win will find that out of this conviction, the zeal of Attorney General Robert Kennedy will be to destroy you unless you give in.
Got to remember that at that time, Democrats still the staunch Labor Party, and to hear a labor leader actively go after Democrats, that was just unheard of at the time. Well, Richard Nixon commuted Hoffa's sentence in 1971, a Republican, by the way, but terms of the pardon forced him to stay out of union activities until 1980. Well, he did, one way or another, because Hoffa disappeared in late July of 1975. He hasn't been seen or heard from since and is presumed dead. He was 62 at the time of his disappearance. 1985, the Food and Drug Administration approved a blood test for AIDS used since then for screening all blood donations in the U.S. It was on this date in 1987, in a nationally televised address, President Reagan expressed regret over the Iran-Contra affair.
A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
In the speech, President Reagan did something that a lot of politicians will never do. Took full responsibility for the actions of those involved in Iran-Contra. In 1997, President Clinton banned federally funded human cloning research.
Any discovery that touches upon human creation is not simply a matter of scientific inquiry. It is a matter of morality and spirituality as well.
And it was on this date in 1998 the Supreme Court ruled federal laws banning on-the-job sexual harassment also applied when both parties were the same sex. That was a loophole that nobody ever saw coming. In 2005, Martha Stewart was released after 5 months in prison for insider trading. The homemaker guru spoke to reporters after her release.
My favorite thing is lemons. And people make jokes about making lemons into lemonade, but I actually really like lemons. And these are my first lemons in 5 months, and I'm really looking forward to having some hot lemonade when I get back in the house.
Stewart served an additional 5 months of home confinement and probation after that. And if we're going to endorse insider trading rules on Martha Stewart, maybe we should look at our politicians and insist that they get the same, at least the same punishment, if not more severe. Passing away on this date in history, pioneer of the Chisholm Trail, Jesse Chisholm. Having grown up in south central Kansas and central Kansas, and I can tell you that the Chisholm Trail was a big part of my upbringing. Comedian John Candy, comedian Cousin Minnie Pearl, howdy! Oh, I love that woman. The Village People's Glenn Hughes, politician Harold Stassen, and from 90210 in Riverdale, Luke Perry. Now, we turn to birthdays on this date of those who are no longer with us. I have to lead off with the passing earlier this year of Catherine O'Hara, who was born on this date.
I shall bathe, and if I bang my head and slip beneath the surface, so be it, Mr. Rose.
That from the hit that one never expected, Schitt's Creek. Also from, I remember from SCTV and Beetlejuice. Catherine O'Hara, passing away earlier this year at the age of 71. She was born on this date in 1954. Also passing away on this date, born on this date, passing away last year, Chris Rea, Fool If You Think It's Over. Wonderful song. Also, Bobby Christina Brown, the daughter of Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, passed away at the age of 22 in 2015. Pneumonia. She was born on this date. Also, singer Bobby Womack, singer Barbara McNair, journalist, TV host Wally Bruner, Paul Moriarty. Love is Blue. Wonderful music. If you're a bridge player, you know the name Charles Gorin. He was born on this date. Shemp Howard of the Three Stooges, born on this date. Actress Pearl White, football player Newt Rockne, and composer Antonio Vivaldi. All born on this date, and they're performing on an entirely different stage.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
We went backwards on that last one. I'm going to go backwards again. Because Patricia Heaton of Everybody Loves Raymond, 68 years old today.
When I got married, I didn't just get a husband. I got a whole freak show that set up their tent right across the street.
From Everybody Loves Raymond, Patricia Heaton is 68. Johnny Nagarelli in the original Grease movies. Adrian Zemed, 72. Mrs. Bill Gaither, Gloria Gaither, is 84 today. And if you say marriages don't last in Hollywood, look at Paula Prentice. She starred in a TV show for one season with Richard Benjamin, who she was married to. He and she, and I remember that show to this day just because it was so sweet, and it wasn't totally silly. But Paula Prentice and Richard Benjamin have been married since 1961. Paula Prentice turns 88 years old today. We talk about the Hollywood romance and how quick they disappear. Here's one that's lasted a good, long time. In fact, am I right? Is that right? 65 years of marriage? God bless them. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 4th day of March as their birthday. And if this happens to be your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
If you're tired of taking over-the-counter medications, if you're tired of the Tums and the Rolaids and the other stuff for dealing with gastric distress, if you're tired and sick and tired of prescription medicines, can I suggest you look at Professor B's Digestive Aid? Now don't just take this and drop everything. Look it over. Check it out at profbees.com. Link in the show notes. Link at classicradio.stream. profbees.com. It's nature's remedy. Ancient apotheria, pure honey. They work together to calm digestive discomfort without harsh additives. All natural. Try it out. If you like it, then, keep using it. And the good part is, it's not a forever thing. It's not an everyday treatment. Because once you go through about a 2-week period, once you finish taking it for that first couple of weeks, then you only take it once every couple of weeks. And that keeps everything settled out. Isn't that amazing? Check it out. profbees.com. And read all about it there. If you like what you see, then use my promo code Wyatt to make a purchase. then A, you're supporting the podcast, and B, you're saving 10%. So you're taking care of your wallet, you're taking care of your gut, and you're taking care of your favorite radio show. What can I say? ProfBees.com, promo code Wyatt. Your gut deserves the best. Give it Professor B's Digestive Aid. Coming up next on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Herbert Marshall and Leon Belasco, The Man Called X.
Demetrius and the Gladiators, the continuation of The Robe, the greatest story of love and faith in the history of entertainment, in CinemaScope, starring Victor Mature, Susan Hayward. See 20th Century Fox's Demetrius and the Gladiators in CinemaScope.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 74 years to March 4th, 1952. Herbert Marshall as The Man Called X, and this time he's not just a sideshow, because Pegan Zellschmidt is a significant part of this show. As a man gets shot in Yokohama, right there where Pegan is. Let's go to this episode 74 years ago, March 4th, 1952. Herbert Marshall, The Man Called X.
Listen to Herbert Marshall as The Man Called X. Wherever there is mystery, adventure, intrigue, in all the strange and dangerous places of the world, there you will find The Man Called X. The dock area of Yokohama, Japan, looks to be in a normal state of bustle and confusion. But there is nothing normal looking about the man crouching like a hunted animal behind a pile of packing cases. And then they fix on a jaunty-looking figure approaching the hiding place. And with a move born of sudden desperation, the man leaves his concealment and runs out onto the dock.
Zellschmidt. Huh? You're Pegan Zellschmidt, aren't you? You're Pegan Zellschmidt.
And whom wants to know?
I know you are. I saw you once in Washington with a man named Ken Thurston. Where is he? You must take me to him at once. Do you hear? Take me to Ken Thurston at once.
Oh, sure. Please. Be glad to. Only right now I got a heavy date with
No, listen to me. You can't leave me now. Ken Thurston. I have to see Ken Thurston at once. Before... Thurston. I must see.
The body's right there, Mr. Thurston, in the morgue.
Thanks, Doctor. You haven't been able to identify him?
No papers, wallet, laundry marks, nothing.
I see.
Well, Mr. Thurston, do you know him?
No, I don't. Never saw him before in my life.
Makes it even more strange, doesn't it? This insistence of his upon seeing you.
Any scars, broken bones, physical characteristics that might help us?
Only that scar tissue on his legs and feet.
Frostbite?
Yes. Rather recent, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did notice some peculiar calluses on the thumb and little finger of his left hand. Here, you can see them quite plainly.
Yes. All right, Doctor, thanks.
Anything else we can do for you?
I'd like to use a private office, if you don't mind. One with a telephone.
Of course. You want to call the authorities in Tokyo?
No, the Bureau, New York.
Okay, Ken. I've got the file right here. But what connection Professor James Abbott could have with the murdered derelict there in Japan, I don't know.
Oh, let's see if we can find out, Chief. Professor Abbott was working on robot weather stations in Alaska, wasn't he?
That's right. Establishing a string of stations throughout the Arctic. All self-operating, not requiring any maintenance personnel.
Wasn't there some connection between those weather stations and our radar defense system up there?
Right. Abbott was trying to see if he could use the same robot system on our radar detection stations. If he could, it would make our aircraft warning defenses so airtight that... Oh, but this is the Arctic we're talking about, not Japan.
Professor Abbott's missing, isn't he?
Sure, has been for a couple of months. All efforts to contact him have been... Wait a minute. You don't think this dead man could possibly be Abbott?
He had recent frostbite scars on his legs, Chief. And how many people do you know who play the French horn?
The French horn?
Yes. Wasn't Abbott a well-known amateur musician? A French horn player?
Well, sure. But what's that got to do with it?
The dead man had well-developed calluses on the thumb and little finger of his left hand. The kind musicians get. Those who play the French horn.
Oh.
And there were 2 Russian freighters in the harbor, Chief.
Well, adds up to quite a few items, doesn't it, Ken?
Yes. I think I better check on them. In Alaska.
There isn't much information we can give you about Professor Abbott here, Mr. Thurston.
He was working out of the Elmdorf Air Base, wasn't he, Colonel?
That's true, but as far as his work was concerned, well, it was top secret.
When did you last hear from him?
Let's see. It must have been a little over 2 months ago. He'd informed us by shortwave that he was heading for a new robot weather station up the Naruka River, intended to winter there alone.
And no word since?
None. We sent out a number of searching parties, didn't find a trace of him.
I see. How can I get to the Naruka station?
Well, the only feasible method this time of year is to fly in. I can tell you right now you won't find anything there, but we'll put a plane at your disposal.
I think I better make this unofficial, Colonel. What about bush pilots?
Well, there's Chuck Stevens. He covers that territory all the time. As a matter of fact, I believe he was the one who flew Abbott in that last time.
Chuck Stevens?
Yes, you'll find his plane at the Anchorage field. I'll have someone drive you out.
Well, thanks just the same, Colonel, but I just got a nasty hunch it won't be necessary.
Hello, Mr. Thurston. Welcome to Alaska.
Pegan, I'll be hanged if I'm going to ask you what you're doing here.
That's right, Mr. Thurston. So hop into this jalop and I'll drive you to that Chuck Stevens pilot. He's going to fly us out to the Maruka weather station. That's right, Mr. X. I knew you made a big mistake giving me the brush up in Yokohama, so I got the next plane out for Alaska.
You mean you stowed away?
Yes. No. Anyways, here we are. The Zellschmidt Stevens Air Taxi Cab Service and Company.
Oh, fuck.
Hello there. You must be Thurston.
That's right. You, Stevens?
You named it. Your friend Zellschmidt has been spreading the word around Anchorage that you're trying to get some dope about a Professor James Abbott.
Thank you, Pegan.
Don't think nothing good, Mr. Thurston.
That's why I asked him to bring you here. Figured I might be able to help you.
Mighty nice of you, Stevens. What do you know about him?
Why, I flew him up to a weather station on the Naruka River a couple of months ago. It's a pretty lonely spot. He'd be glad to have company.
I guess you haven't heard. Professor Abbott is missing.
Missing?
That's right. Has been for 2 months. How come you didn't know?
Well, that's simple. I flew over that weather station day before yesterday. And Professor Abbott was still there. There's the Naruka weather station dead ahead.
Boy, what a lonely hunk of a place. Nothing but snow and ice and snow.
Yeah. You sure you saw Abbott there, Stevens?
Well, I couldn't miss. We'd made arrangements for me to check with him any time I flew near. So I buzzed the place twice. He came out and waved me off. He wouldn't have done that if he was in any kind of trouble. Oh, you better keep those belts tight. There's just a couple of inches of new snow over some pretty rugged ice down there. The landing's liable to be rough.
Yep.
Well, that does it, gents. Now let's go in and say hello to the professor.
Notice anything strange, Stevens?
Strange? Like what?
Well, the professor doesn't seem too anxious to meet any guests.
Hey, that's right. I wonder how come he's sticking inside.
Suppose we go in and ask him.
Hey, it's so quiet out here and quiet. Like there was something wrong or something.
We'll find out in a minute.
See? Nobody home. Hey, maybe he's getting a short beer or something.
Oh, sure. Come on.
Nobody's home inside either.
I don't get it, Thurston. There weren't any tracks in the snow leading away from here. Abbott's got to be around somewhere.
You're right. He is.
Well.
She's got a gun. She's got a gun.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Stay put, mister. I know how to use this thing.
I think she does at that, Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay? What are you doing here?
We might ask you the same question.
You might. Only I've got the gun. So what are you doing here?
Suppose I said we wanted to talk to Professor Abbott.
And I'd say you're out of luck, mister.
Why?
I just killed him.
We'll return to the man called X in just a moment. Today, throughout the nation, driving conditions remain precarious. Longer hours of darkness, poor visibility caused by ice, snow, rain, and fog, and slippery streets call for extra precaution when you drive. Adjust your speed to road and weather conditions. Keep windshield clear of rain, snow, ice, and fog. Never slam on your brakes if the road is wet or slippery. Guard against that one accident that might take your life or ruin it. For your own sake, be careful. And now, Act Two of The Man Called X, starring Herbert Marshall, with Leon Belasco as Pegan Zellschmidt. An unidentified man is murdered in Yokohama, Japan, and Ken Thurston believes him to be Professor Abbott, a missing meteorologist who had been working on top-secret weather and radar stations in Alaska. But when they arrive at the Naruka weather station, they're met by a girl who greets them with a gun in her hand and a startling statement.
You heard me. You're too late to speak to the professor. I just killed him.
Very interesting. Mind telling us why?
Anacola don't cotton to claim jumpers, mister.
Claim jumpers?
That's right. I staked out a uranium lode back in the foothills. Abbott wrecked my claim markers and put his up. Tracked him down here, and I managed to get my gun first. Any questions?
Yes. Where's the body, Miss Kohler?
The next room.
Thanks.
Boy, he's deader than a mackerel.
Yeah.
You know, Miss Kohler, that yarn of yours is pretty fishy.
You can check the claim sticks for yourself, mister. And if you look close at Abbott there, you can see he's got his gun half drawn.
She's right, Mr. Thurston.
That's not what Stevens is talking about.
Oh? And what is he talking about?
The dead man. He's not Abbott.
That's right. He's Ivan Vasilov, runs a coastal trading schooner out of Anchorage.
All I know is that he was trying to run a con game on me, and it didn't pay off.
This the man you saw from your plane a couple of days ago, Stevens?
Well, those are the clothes he was wearing. I guess I just took it for granted he was Abbott. I'm sorry for the bum steer, Thurston.
So who cares who he was? He's dead. And this dame done it to him. Well, why don't you do something about her, Mr. Thurston?
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, put that thing away, Miss Kohler. The authorities in Anchorage will handle this killing business if and when we ever get back there.
What do you mean, Thurston?
Well, take a look outside.
Outside?
It's a raging blizzard outside.
It's a howl, all right. Looks like we'll be snowed in here for a while.
Snowed in? With the dead man and the gun, Molly? Ooh.
Oh, cheer up, Pegan. While we're here, maybe we'll get a couple of questions answered.
What kind of questions, Thurston?
What happened to Professor Abbott? And why?
I don't get it, Mr. X. Why do you want to monkey around with all that junk and stuff? What's here in this weather tower that can tell you anything?
It's not what's here, Pegan. It's what's missing.
Huh? What's missing?
Abbott's top secret. The heart of the equipment. The robot brain.
So it's missing, so what?
So now we know why the professor's missing, too.
It's over this next little hill, Thurston. I spotted it this morning while snooping around for that uranium claim of Anacola's.
What about that claim, Stevens?
Well, I didn't find a trace of it. But there. That's what I did find.
A remodeled Russian Yak fighter plane.
Sure. Made over into a nice three-place cabin job. That dead man Vasilov must have flown it in here.
Why not Anacola?
No. She came overland in a snow tractor. I saw it. So, what do you think, Thurston?
About what?
Oh, now, look, I'm no idiot. Abbott was working on something up here, and it must have been something big, maybe top secret.
So?
So maybe he didn't disappear because he wanted to. Maybe somebody was after him for that top secret. Maybe Anacola or Vasilov. Or both.
You're coming up with a lot of theories, Stevens. What about proof?
I got a hunch that's your job, Thurston. But I'd sure like to know what's going on in Anacola's mind.
Pegan, really? After all, what kind of a girl must you think I am?
Oh, come on, baby. Move over a little closer. After all, it's cold outside.
Oh, Pegan.
Oh, can I help it if I am so impetuous? Oh, come on, babe.
But after all, we hardly know each other.
Oh, so who cares? When you and me could make such beautiful music together. What say we start tuning up, eh, maybe?
Pegan. Mr. Thurston might be back any minute. What would he think?
Oh, what difference does it make what he thinks? After all, he takes his orders from me.
Does he really?
Oh, sure. So come into Papa's arms. We got things to talk about. Real interesting things.
But I think you're so interesting, Pegan. Doing such dangerous and exciting work. Working for the government and everything.
Government? Who said that?
Why, Mr. Thurston did.
He did?
Well, of course. He told me all about the two of you. He told me everything.
Everything?
That's right.
How do you like that? He makes me promise not to tell anybody that he's the man called X, and then he goes around to do...
Thank you, Pegan.
Huh? For what?
For being so sweet and talkative. I just gotta give you something in return.
You do, baby? Like what?
Like this.
Looks like we're beating our feet for nothing, Thurston. If Anacola did stake out a uranium lode around here, the storm's covered it.
Yeah. Might as well head back for the weather station. Storm's died down enough now for us to...
Hey, what's the matter?
Listen.
Holy smoke, my plane. Thurston.
Yeah. Anacola.
There it is, Thurston. Starting the taxi.
Yeah.
It's Anacola, all right. Look at it. Heading right toward us.
Jump, Stevens, quick!
How do you like that? Vasilov wasn't enough for her. She tried to get us, too. And she's left us stranded out here.
Not quite. There's still Vasilov's plane. Come on. Let's get back to Anchorage.
Hey, I don't get it, Mr. X. Why all this rushing around Anchorage this way?
I've got a little work to do.
But you already done some work. Calling that colonel at the air base and finding out that Kohler Cookie filed a uranium claim with that land recorder. And what are you looking for down here at the docks anyways?
I just found it, Pegan.
Huh? You found what?
Ivan Vasilov's trading ship.
But that Vasilov's character is dead. Who's going to be on board now?
Suppose you get yourself a short beer while I find out.
That's the first thing I've heard in Alaska that makes any sense. See you later, Mr. X.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Thurston.
Well, who are you?
I merely happen to be the dead man you found at the Naruka weather station, Ivan Vasilov. So, Mr. Thurston, have you figured it out yet? About Professor Abbott, I mean.
It wasn't too tough, Vasilov. You wanted the secret of that robot mechanism. So you kidnapped Abbott. Only he escaped in Yokohama and was shot for his trouble.
True, quite true, Mr. Thurston. And is that all?
Not quite. With Abbott gone, you needed the mechanism itself. So you had to send for an expert. He was the man Anna shot at Naruka.
Yes, the poor girl really believed that you were all after uranium, but that does not matter now.
What does?
The fact that we shall leave Anchorage shortly to rendezvous with a submarine in the Gulf of Alaska. It already has the rowboat mechanism aboard. What your fate shall be from then on, I leave to your imagination.
I see.
Stand fast, everybody.
Hey, Gone.
Don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Thurston. We've come to the rescue. Shoot the first pirate that moves, Mr. Stevens. We'll make them walk the plank afterwards.
How'd you ever dream this one up, you idiot?
That's gratitude for you. I meet Mr. Stevens on the docks. We see you bump into this character in the cabin. I risk my life to come on board and save you from worse than death. And then you call me an idiot.
Don't take my word for it. Ask Stevens.
Stevens, how could you know how big an idiot I am?
Because he's the man we've been looking for. The brains of the outfit that killed Abbott.
He is?
All right, Ivan. Give me the gun. You get the ship on the way.
Of course, comrade. We will be started shortly.
So, Thurston, you had me figured, too.
That's right. You knew too much about the landing field conditions at Naruka. That meant you'd been there recently. You identified the dead man as Vasilov when his papers said differently. It all added up to something, Stevens.
Now you know what. A one-way trip for you and the radar equipment.
But what about me, Mr. Stevens? I didn't figure out nothing.
Come to think of it, Zellschmidt, that's right.
Sure it is. So I guess I just take myself a mosey onto the dock. Eh, Mr. Stevens?
Why don't I save you the trouble, Zellschmidt, by shooting you now?
Oh, that's the ticket. Save me the trouble by shooting me now. Oh, no.
What's the trouble? What's going on out there?
I'd say that Colonel Bishop's men are taking over.
Colonel?
That's right. I tipped them off that I might run into trouble here.
I drop the gun, Stevens.
All right. Drop it.
Okay. Everything all right, Thurston?
Yes, thanks, Colonel.
Now, what about this man here?
I'm dying.
Oh, get up, Pegan. It's all over.
It is. Hey, how do you like that? It is.
Forgetting something, aren't you, Thurston? That submarine with a robot mechanism aboard? We still won.
Oh, that. I imagine we'll get a report from the bombing squadron shortly.
Bombing squadron?
Yeah. The colonel sent one up over the Gulf after I called him. Death bomb practice.
Depth bomb? What? You can't do that. What about international law?
International law? Since when did your kind pay any attention to law? What law gives you the right to kidnap, to murder, and start wars? But don't worry about it, Stevens. Those bombers are practicing in the Gulf of Alaska. They won't hurt anything that doesn't belong there. And I'm sure one of your subs wouldn't violate our territorial waters. Or would it?
And now here again is our star, Mr. Herbert Marshall.
Thanks for being with us. And my thanks to Gene Tatum, Will Wright, John Dana, Lou Merrill, and Peter Leeds. Next week, Lisbon, Portugal, where Ken uncovers a plan to kill the North Atlantic Pact. a dumb waiter who isn't so dumb, and a man who dies 4 times. And let me assure you, the latter is not Leon Belasco, who'll be along, of course, as Pegan Zellschmidt. So join us, won't you, when next I return as The Man Called X. Good night.
The Man Called X, starring Herbert Marshall, is a J. Richard Kennedy production with music by Milton Charles. Tonight's story was written by Sidney Marshall. This program is directed by Jack Johnstone. All characters and incidents on this program are fictitious, and any resemblance to actual characters or incidents is purely coincidental. And now, until next week, same time and station, this is Hal Gibney saying good night for The Man Called X. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Some well-known names in there, apart from, of course, Leon Belasco and Herbert Marshall, having, good stuff. 74 years ago, March 4th, 1952, The Man Called X on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. While we're in that spy genre, let's check in with Brian Donlevy in a moment for another dangerous assignment.
CinemaScope, the modern miracle you see without glasses, takes you under the sea in Beneath the 12-Mile Reef, where men challenge the killer kingdom of tiger, shark, and giant octopus for booty, power, love. Don't miss Robert Wagner, Terry Moore, and Gilbert Rowland in Beneath the 12-Mile Reef in CinemaScope.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy. This goes back 73 years to March 4th, 1953, as Steve Mitchell heads to Germany.
Dangerous Assignment, transcribed starring Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell.
Yeah, danger is my assignment. I get sent to a lot of places I can't even pronounce. They all spell the same thing, though, trouble. But when I walk into the commissioner's office, I don't realize that this assignment's going to show me that sometimes the witness is harder to find than the killer. Commissioner, you sent for me?
Steve, you'll recall that several former leading Nazis were arrested not long ago on charges of plotting to regain power in Western Germany.
Yeah, 7 of them in all, including 2 of Hitler's so-called heirs.
There's still another ex-Nazi big shot involved, perhaps the most dangerous of them all, but we haven't been able to get enough evidence to nail him. His name is Heinrich Schwandorf. He could be their new leader.
Schwandorf, yeah, I remember him.
He's clever, Steve, very clever. And as I said, we haven't been able to pin a thing on him. But we've been digging into his past.
Anything we can use?
We think so. An American intelligence officer was murdered in Berlin in 1947. The crime was never solved, but we've never stopped working on it. To date, the evidence on hand seems to point to Schwandorf as the killer.
But we can't prove that either, huh?
We might prove it if we could locate a man named Peter Metnick. He was witness to the murder. Gave us a fair description of the killer.
And it adds up to Schwandorf?
The description fits him, yes. Unfortunately, it fits a lot of other people.
Which means we have to bring Metnick face to face with Schwandorf.
It won't be easy finding Peter Metnick, Steve. Displaced person. We've lost track of him. I've already contacted the International Tracing Service in Germany. They'll have checked their DP files by the time you get there.
Right, Commissioner.
A word of caution, Steve. If Schwandorf's found out we're looking for Metnick, he'll try to stop you and get to Metnick first. We want Metnick, Steve, alive. Well, that's it. You've got your assignment. Good luck.
The National Broadcasting Company is presenting Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy in the role of Steve Mitchell, colorful, two-fisted government agent. At all those places of the world where danger and intrigue walk hand in hand, there you will find Steve Mitchell on another Dangerous Assignment. In 2 weeks, on Thursday, March 19th, NBC will send your way a complete and comprehensive description of the glitter and swank of the Academy Awards presentation in Hollywood. This gala distribution of the coveted Filmland Oscar will be described by film star Paul Douglas. Be sure to make a date with the Academy Award Oscar for Thursday, March 19th, via this NBC station. As well as a complete description of the proceedings, you'll hear the acceptance speeches of the winners. It's Hollywood's biggest night of the year, and it's all to be broadcast directly into your homes by NBC. So remember, Thursday, March 19th, hear the presentation of the Academy Awards Oscar on the NBC Radio Network.
Sure, I've got my assignment. Get over to Germany and start tracking down a displaced person named Peter Metnick and hope he can identify a killer for us, an ex-Nazi big shot we'd like to put away for keeps. It's early Friday evening when my plane lands, and I hurry over to the office of the International Tracing Service, an agency of the Allied High Commission.
Yes, Mr. Mitchell, here's a record of the man you're seeking. Not much information, I'm afraid, still.
Well, let's have it anyway, Mr. Vogel.
Peter Jan Metnick, profession, school teacher. Arrested in Prague, 1940. Released by Allied forces in 1945. Has been employed as a dock worker, private tutor, shoe salesman, and farm labor. A brief description of him follows. Height, weight, color of hair, eyes, and so forth.
When did you get this information?
August 1948. Peter Metnick came to us seeking information regarding a daughter. We succeeded in locating her 2 years later, but by then Metnick had disappeared.
Hadn't he left an address with you?
Yes. He had secured employment on a farm in Bavaria, near the village of Linderheim. A farm owned by a man named Carl Whedon.
But he'd already moved on by the time you located his daughter, huh?
Yes, the owner of the farm was vague. Couldn't seem to remember where Metnick had gone to.
Oh, that's where the trail ends, a farm in Bavaria. Look, about Metnick's daughter, where does she live?
Frankfurt.
I guess I ought to run down there.
That will not be necessary, Mr. Mitchell. Fraulein Metnick is here.
Oh?
When we were informed of your arrival, we immediately contacted her, thinking perhaps she might have heard of her father. She hadn't, but she insisted on coming here to see you.
Good. Let's talk to her then.
Of course. Excuse me. Fraulein Metnick?
Yes?
This way, if you please. Fraulein Metnick, Mr. Mitchell.
How do you do, Mr. Mitchell?
Fraulein, sit down, please.
Thank you. You're looking for my father, Herr Mitchell.
He's in danger. So are you. Because of what your father knows, someone may try to silence him with a threat against you.
Oh, I don't understand.
Your father was a witness to a murder. Berlin, 1947. He saw the killer get away. We think we know now who that killer was.
Oh, I see. And you need my father to identify him. Then we must find him quickly, Herr Mitchell.
First of all, Fraulein, do you have any photographs of your father?
I have several snapshots in my purse.
Good.
Here. Yeah, this one. This was taken on the steps of a school in Prague where my father taught. He was there many years until he was arrested. That was the last time my mother and I saw him.
Ever hear from him after that?
Oh, there were a few letters, yes. The last one came shortly before his escape from Buchenwald.
I'll want to know all there is to know about your father, his friends, his habits, hobbies, if any.
Even the kind of tobacco he smoked.
Yeah. Must be something in his past that'll give us a clue as to where he went after he left that farm in Bavaria. We spend the next couple of hours at a quiet little cafe nearby, and Fräulein Lana Metnick fills me in about her father's background. Later, I borrow a car from Vogel at the tracing service, and Lonnie and I head south for Frankfurt. It's almost 11 that night when we pull into town. We drive straight to her apartment.
Yes, that's the building up ahead, Stephen. The small one on the left.
Okay, Lonnie.
You will come up?
Sure. I want to look over those letters and also help you pack.
Pack?
I'll feel a lot better, Lonnie, after you've moved to a hotel.
But I'm not afraid, Stephen.
Okay, but you're still going to...
What is it?
That gent just coming out of your apartment building.
You mean the one coming this way?
Yeah.
You know him?
I think so. Excuse me a minute. Oh, just a minute.
Yes? What is it?
We've met, haven't we?
Have we? I'm afraid not. In any event, I don't seem to recall.
Perhaps it's just that I recognize you from some photographs.
Really?
Or at the newsreel, maybe.
Newsreels? No, I've never been quite that important.
But you were Herr Schwandorf.
Schwandorf? You're mistaken.
Heinrich Schwandorf of Leipzig, a member of the inner circle of Hitler's stooges.
I said you were mistaken, my friend. Now, if you'll excuse me, Good night.
Sure, but we'll meet again, Herr Schwandorf. Maybe real soon.
Who was that man, Stephen?
The number one reason why we're going to get you out of here fast. Upstairs in Lonnie's apartment, I read over her father's letters while she packs a suitcase. 10 minutes later, I drive her to a hotel and leave her with the promise that I'll contact her as soon as I get word of Peter Metnick. Then I put in a call to the local law and ask them to find Schwandorf, and if they can, keep an eye on him. Also, keep an eye on Lonnie. An hour later, I'm wheeling my sedan toward the village of Linderheim in Bavaria. Then, as I hit a bumpy stretch of road, I hear something. A muffled groan in the back seat. I slam on the brakes. I reach back and jerk the auto robe off the floor.
Hello, Stephen.
Lonnie, look, what's the idea?
Oh, please, don't be angry with me. I had to do this. I had to come along with you, Stephen.
Oh, great.
I knew you'd refuse if I asked you, so I...
So you stowed away under that auto robe while I was making that phone call. Did you enjoy the trip?
No, not very. That bump you hit back there, I hit my knee. Here, you see?
Yeah.
Oh, you're angry with me.
No, I guess not.
But I just had to come with you. I'm so worried about my father and...
Okay, no point in taking you back to Frankfurt now. We'll mush on to Linderheim. It's another 4 hours drive to Linderheim, and Lonnie sleeps most of the way with her head on my shoulder. The things I have to put up with sometimes. The sun is coming up just as we pull into a small farm nestled high in the Bavarian Alps. I get out to stretch my legs as a tall blonde gent comes around the barn herding several dairy cows ahead of him.
Hello there.
Hi. You the owner?
Yeah, I am Ernst Weiden.
Oh, I thought the owner was Carl Weiden.
My father, he died a year ago. What can I do for you?
I'd like some information about a man who worked here sometime in 1948. A man named Metnick.
Metnick? Peter Metnick, but of course. The little school teacher. Fine man, I was very fond of him. Herr Metnick and his friend left us in the early part of 1949, I believe.
His friend?
Yeah, another school teacher. Professor, this one. Came here early in the year looking for Herr Metnick. They had known one another at Dachau. His name was, Ingolstadt. Professor Hermann Ingolstadt.
You said they left together. Where did they go?
If I remember correct, Munich. Yeah, through an exchange of letters with some friends, the Professor Engelhardt had secured a position to teach at a boys' school in Munich. Wallenburg, so Fallbrook, or some name, I think it was like that.
Stephen, my father went with him. Perhaps in the hope of securing a position at the school as well.
Yeah, could be.
Well, at least if we could find this Professor Engelhardt, he might know of my father's whereabouts.
Herr Weiden, how do we get on the road to Munich?
Come, I show you. You can see the road from the rise here. Come. Down there. You see the village?
Yeah.
On the left, a road?
Yeah, going past the church?
Yeah, that is it. You take that road and...
Hey, Lonnie! Lonnie! Oh, great.
Your lady friend seems to be in a hurry. She's left you.
Steve Mitchell will continue his dangerous assignment in just a moment. Did you know that you help to perform miracles? Human life itself is a miracle. Through the blood you donate and the money you give through your Red Cross, you help to preserve life. And now scientists and physicians have discovered another miracle you have a part in. Blood processed into gamma globulin for use in the prevention of paralysis in polio. To collect the blood, process it into gamma globulin for the protection of our children against this dread disease will take a lot of money. In addition, the Red Cross must continue to collect whole blood for civilian hospitals which it serves, for the Korean wounded, and for the building of a safe plasma reserve for national defense, both military and civilian. Blood gives life. Money packs and sends it. When you give through the 1953 Red Cross Fund Appeal, you are helping to give life. You are keeping the blood bottles filled and delivered. Give and give generously. Answer the call. Now, back to Dangerous Assignment and Brian Donlevy as Steve Mitchell.
She's left you high and dry, Herr Mitchell.
She sure has, Ernst.
But why would she do a thing like that?
That's a good question. Look, I've got to catch her. How far is it into the village?
About 3 kilometers.
That gives her even more of a head start. Okay. Once I leg it in, is there a police station of some kind?
Yeah, a constable.
Good. Maybe I can borrow a car and overtake her.
You could never overtake her with what you could borrow from the constable.
What do you mean?
A bicycle?
Oh, great. That just about licks me. No, wait a minute. Is there a telephone in the village?
Yeah.
See you later. In the village, I telephone our legation in Munich and ask them to check and try to locate the boys' school where Professor Engelhardt teaches. Half an hour later, they call me back and give me the name of it. I put in a call to the headmaster, Dr.
Professor Engelhardt is on a holiday in Salzburg. He goes there often for his health. He must be careful, you know. He was gassed in the First World War, and it bothers him quite a bit. I was telling him only the other day...
Look, Dr. Grumper, do you remember when Professor Engelhardt first came to your school a few years back?
Of course.
Was there a man with him, a man named Metnick?
No, he arrived alone.
Oh, fine, another lead gone.
He had, of course, been traveling with this Metnick.
What's that?
But Metnick was killed in a train accident.
Killed?
Yeah, at a village not far from here. Freiburg, I think he said. Yeah, Freiburg.
Okay, one thing more, Dr. Grumper. If anybody else makes inquiry about Engelhardt or Metnick, and I think someone will, you give out the same information you gave me. I grab the next train and head for Freiburg. At this point, it looks like I'm cooked on the deal, but I've got to be sure. At Freiburg, I check with the local law, and they let me look through their files, and sure enough, there's a report of Metnick's death. Then, while I'm still looking it over, they usher somebody else into the room.
Well, Stephen.
Hello, honey.
How did you get here?
I took a shortcut.
Stephen, my father's dead.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's what the headmaster told me, but... Well, I couldn't believe it. I had to be sure. That's why I came here.
I guess there's no doubt about it, Lonnie. Hey, look, why did you grab the car and beat it back there at the farm?
Because I didn't think you were telling me the truth.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought my father must be in trouble or must have done something. I thought you were after him. Then when I saw you talking with the Nazi Schwandorf...
Oh, so you did know him?
Of course. Many of us have good cause to know him. I thought the two of you were working together.
I see.
So when that farmer told us about the boys' school, my only thought was to get to my father and warn him. Later, I realized I must be mistaken about you. I'm sorry, Steve.
Well, like you say, I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
How did it happen, Steve?
Well, according to the report here, Professor Engelhardt and your father, Peter Metnick, had hitched a ride on a train. Riding the rods, we call it. Your father fell off to the tracks and... well, you can guess the rest.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, Lonnie.
Thank you, Steve. Well, what now?
I wanted to find your father because I figured he could pin a killing on Schwandorf. Now, maybe I better talk to Professor Engelhardt if I can find him.
You think he might have some information?
Maybe. He was traveling with your father.
Well, if he can tell me anything, I want to talk to him also.
Well, we'd better check that headmaster at the boys' school in Munich, see if he can give us a line on Engelhardt.
As I told you over the telephone earlier, Herr Mitchell, Professor Engelhardt is in Salzburg.
I know, but where in Salzburg, Dr. Grumper?
Did he mention any specific hotel or resort there?
No, but he usually stays at one of 3 places. I'll write them down for you. You have no trouble finding them when you arrive.
Thanks.
Here you are.
One other thing. I don't know what Engelhardt looks like. You happen to have a picture of him?
Picture? Let me see. Yeah. Here's a class picture. Professor Engelhardt with his students.
Hey, wait a minute.
What is it?
Yeah, that's Peter Metnick.
My father, Stephen.
What are you talking about? This is Professor Engelhardt.
No. The real Engelhardt must have died in that accident. Metnick saw a chance to get lost from Schwandorf, so he's been posing as Engelhardt ever since.
Well, then he's alive, Stephen. He's alive.
Yeah, and in Salzburg. Come on. We burn up the road to Salzburg. I head for a phone booth to call the places the headmaster gave me. One of them has no phone, so I call the other two. Lonnie waits outside the booth for me. I draw a blank on both places.
Any luck, Stephen?
No, we'd better head for the third place on the list.
All right.
I casually brush some tiny tobacco flakes off the counter and start to leave the booth. Then I stop. Tobacco. Pipe tobacco. Something registers all of a sudden.
What are you waiting for?
Just thought of another call I should make. Wait for me in the car.
All right.
She wanders off. I put through a quick call to my friend Vogel at the Displaced Persons Tracing Service.
Mr. Mitchell, I've been trying to get in touch with you.
That doesn't surprise me, Vogel. Was it about Lonnie?
Yes. You left my office to take her to her apartment.
Yeah. She's stowed away in my car.
But later I called her apartment and talked to the real Lonnie Metnick. The woman with you is an imposter.
I kind of figured that just now. Some flecks of pipe tobacco rang a bell.
Pipe tobacco? I don't understand.
I'll explain later. Right now I'm fresh out of time. I go outside to the car. Lonnie's nowhere in sight. I've got to act fast. I go to the third address on my list. Yep. They tell me Lonnie just left. She'd been asking about the professor who's at the band concert in the park. The band is tooting away full blast when I get there. People are milling around. I look for Metnick. Finally, I spot him just leaving the park. Lonnie's right behind him, and I've got a strong hunch she's holding a gun in his back, maneuvering him to a quiet spot to kill him. I've got to slip up without her seeing me. One peep out of me, and Metnick's a dead duck. They move on out of the park and down a quiet walk that runs along one side. I follow them. Just as they start across the street, a low black sedan swings around the corner and heads for them fast. Suddenly, I get a hunch what's going to happen. Metnick! Watch out! They jump back just in time. The car whips by and heads for me. I grab a push cart and shove it toward the car as I dive to one side. The driver swerves and goes up on the sidewalk. I run over to it just as Schwandorf tries to get out the door with a gun. He slumps against the door. I grab his gun and whirl toward Metnick and Lonnie. Then I relax. Metnick's got her gun and is herding her toward me.
Who are you? And who is this girl?
I'm Steve Mitchell, United States agent. This girl was hired to find you and knock you off to keep you from putting the finger on this boy in the car.
Huh? Heinrich Schwandorf.
You remember him, huh?
Yes, indeed I do. I saw him kill a man several years ago.
That's what we wanted to know. That cook's Mr. Schwandorf.
That's fine. He tried to run us down in the car.
Sure, he wanted you both out of his way. You'd already served your purpose as far as he was concerned.
But I was his girl. He tried to kill me. Don't worry. If you need any more against him, I'll give you plenty.
I don't doubt it.
How did you find out about this girl, Mr. Mitchell?
She was posing as your daughter, Mr. Metnick, but a few flakes of tobacco in a phone booth put me wise to her just in time.
Tobacco? I don't understand.
It made me remember your talking about your father's favorite pipe tobacco.
But I do not smoke.
That's right. I should have known that as soon as I learned you'd been badly gassed in World War I, but it didn't register until just a few minutes ago. Yes, sweetheart, you were doing great until I spotted the tobacco. Then you just sort of went up in smoke.
Our star, Brian Donlevy, will return in just a moment. If musical entertainment is high on your list of enjoyable radio programming, then NBC's Monday Night of Music was designed especially for you. When you set your radio dial to most NBC stations on Monday, you'll hear such stellar programs as The Railroad Hour, The Voice of Firestone, The Telephone Hour, and Encore. The Railroad Hour presents Gordon MacRae and his charming guest stars in memorable operettas. Howard Barlow conducts the orchestra and chorus on The Voice of Firestone, and the program always features the finest guest musical artists. The Telephone Hour brings you the music of Donald Voorhees and the Bell Symphonic Orchestra, as well as famous guests from the realm of music. Also, on Monday evening, you'll enjoy hearing Encore with the musical talents of Meredith Wilson, Marguerite Piazza, and Robert Merrill. These three stellar musical personalities, each Monday, bring you the melodies that you want to hear again. So, make it a date to be one of the millions of people who, each Monday night, enjoy NBC's musical program schedule.
Next week, the Philippines and a phantom ship.
And that will be Steve Mitchell's Dangerous Assignment next week. Included in tonight's cast were Jim Davis, Pamela Duncan, Henry Rowland, Paul Frees, and Rye Billsbury. This is John Storm speaking. Today, our reserve of blood plasma retained from World War II is almost exhausted. This is serious, for in many battle casualties, there's no substitute for blood. Make your donation of blood for the armed forces. Call your Red Cross chapter or local blood donor center today for an appointment. All types of blood are needed. Dangerous Assignment, starring Brian Donlevy in the role of Steve Mitchell, with Herb Butterfield as the commissioner, is written by Bob Reif and Adrian Jandot and is directed by Bill Karn. Be with us again next week at this same time when Brian Donlevy, starring in the role of Steve Mitchell, will embark on another transcribed Dangerous Assignment.
And that takes us back 73 years, March 4th, 1953, Brian Donlevy, Dangerous Assignment on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up tomorrow, David Ellis in an episode of Escape entitled Conqueror's Isle from 1949. Edward Arnold is Mr. President from 1950. And the Lux Radio Theater production of Panic in the Street starring Richard Widmark. On Friday, we will have Western Adventure with episodes of Frontier Town, Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, and You Betchem, Red Rider. Yep. And then on Saturday, we'll have comedy. Jack Benny, My Friend Irma, Duffy's Tavern, and The Alan Young Show. On Sunday, we'll have drama with Dragnet, Suspense, and the Lux Radio Theater production of Madame Butterfly, starring Cary Grant, going all the way back to 1937. And then on Monday, more drama. Arch Obler's plays Jimmy Cagney in the adaptation of Johnny Got His Gun. Barry Craig, Confidential Investigator from 1955, Lights Out, The Ball, and The Mysterious Traveler. We'll get funny on Tuesday again with episodes of Abbott and Costello, Amos and Andy, My Favorite Husband starring Lucille Ball, and The Adventures of Archie Andrews. A week from today, we'll be laughing with episodes of Our Miss Brooks starring Eve Arden, Jimmy Durante, Father Knows Best, and Harold Perry, back as the Great Gildersleeve. That's the week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, Lon Clark as Nick Carter, Master Detective.
I got nothing against a little drink, a little fun, but the law of the land shouldn't be for sale.
Buford Pusser. He became a legend in our time, and he never stopped walking tall.
You let them do this to me and get away with it, and you give them the eternal right to do the same damn thing to any one of you.
Walking Tall. Now, more than ever, you must see it. Walking Tall. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
Oh, what a fun movie. Let's go back now 82 years, World War II, March 4th, 1944. Nick Carter, Master Detective, starring Lon Clark, and Death in the Pines.
What's the matter? What is it?
Another case for Nick Carter, Master Detective.
Yes, it's another case for that most famous of all manhunters, the detective whose ability at solving crime is unequaled in the history of detective fiction. Nick Carter, Master Detective. Tonight's curious adventure,
Death
in the Pines. For Nick Carter and the mystery of the murdered driver.
Well, let's see. There's a truck coming up the grade now. It ought to be them.
Yeah. Just 130. That's a Tate truck, all right. Now, you guys know what to do. We've done it often enough before.
Sure.
All right. Get going. When the truck gets close enough, I'll put the searchlight in the driver's face like before. He'll stop fast enough. Here goes, guys.
Hey, what the blazes goes on here? What's the big idea?
Get those hands up, wise guy, and get down out of that cab.
You guys can't get away with
Shut
this.
up. You want to stay alive, get down out of that cab and keep quiet. And bring your helper down with you.
You're a bunch of crooks.
Don't
They got us. There ain't nothing we can do.
Okay, boys, get busy. Get up on that truck and get that stuff dumped out in the road.
Okay,
Shake it up, boys. We want to get out of here.
Hey, keep your boys moving, Jake. We got another one to take care of yet.
Hey, I know that voice. So you're the guy who's in back of all this hijacking. Now I know you.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Oh. What's the idea? What'd you have to kill him for?
Shut up, punk. You don't want to get bumped off, too.
But you didn't have to kill him.
Shut up.
Hey, that changes our plans a little, Jake. Get your men down off the truck. Pick these two stiffs up and put them back in the cab of the truck. Then put a hole in the gas tank and touch a match to it.
Okay, boys, come on down.
There won't be much left for the cops to work on when they get here, which is all right with me. I don't like to see them get killed, but when they know too much, it's the only way.
I see, Coroner. Yes, thanks very much. Yes, thanks. So long.
Might as well let me know the worst, Mr. Carter. After what I've been through, a little more or less doesn't matter.
Mr. Tate, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your driver wasn't burned to death. He was shot, murdered before the truck was set on fire.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Regan was my oldest and best driver. Been with me for 10 years.
You're having trouble with racketeers?
Yes, have been for the past year.
How do they work?
Well, I operate about 40 trucks, hauling vegetables and green stuff from South Jersey to the New York markets. It has to be done at night, so we get to New York market before morning. About a year ago, somebody called me on the phone and said he represented a protective agency. And he'd like to sell me protection at $25 a truck.
$25 a truck? Well, that's pretty steep, isn't it?
It's exorbitant. I told him I wouldn't pay it.
So what happened?
Well, 2 days later, one of my trucks was stopped and the drivers were beaten. The produce was dumped and destroyed. The next day, the guy called again. I told him I wouldn't pay.
Did you try getting protection from the state troopers?
Sure I did. And they did what they could. Whenever a trooper followed one of the trucks, or when one of their men rode on the truck as a helper, these trucks were never bothered. But the other trucks, it was the same old story.
I see. Well, how do you account for the fact that the trucks with the troopers on them were never touched?
I don't know. Unless the hijackers had spies at the loading points to watch if the trucks had their regular crews.
And what was the outcome this time?
In the end, I had to agree to pay the $25. And then, for 6 months, there was no more trouble. But a week ago, this same guy called and said the ante had been raised from $25 to $40 a truck.
$40?
I told him I couldn't pay that because I didn't make that much. And you know what happened last night.
Yes, I know. Well, are you going to try to keep riding the stuff through?
If you can help me, I will.
I'll do it. And to begin with, I'd like to put my assistant, Patsy Bowen, in your office as a typist.
Sure.
Maybe she can learn something that will start us off in the right direction. Well, Patsy, did you have a nice eventful day in Tate's office?
I learned a few things, Nick, if that's what you mean.
Good. Let's have them.
Mr. Tate makes up the daily schedule of operations based on the orders he receives. Then he turns the completed schedule over to Al Leparo, who's the fleet foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Only Mr. Tate, Leparo, and Dave Morgan, Miss Tate's assistant, know what the orders are, as far as I can find out.
I see. Any suspicions?
Not yet. Leparo's been with Tate 9 years and Morgan for about 4 years. When the trouble started about a year ago, both of them rode the trucks. Morgan was one of the drivers who got beaten up, got knocked out cold before he could see anything.
Doesn't leave us much in the way of anything to go on, does it?
I'm sorry, Nick, but that's all I could get today.
I don't feel bad, Patsy. You did what you could.
And what's the next step?
I want to talk to the state trooper who found the truck in which Regan was killed. He may be able to tell me something that's been overlooked.
You say you read my report, Mr. Carter. I don't know that I can tell you anything else.
Were you on the state police force when Tate started having his trouble about a year ago?
Yes, I was.
Well, that business of the hijackers never picking on a truck guarded by state troopers needs explaining. Could there have been any leak from this end?
Absolutely not. I rode several of the trucks myself. None of us ever knew where we were going until Tate's office gave us our orders. Then we went out on the road just as soon as we got those orders.
Good. Then the leak must be on Tate's end. Now, the next thing. Your report gives the impression that the thug simply stopped Tate's truck, killed the driver in cold blood, and then burned the truck for good measure. Was that your personal impression?
Well, no.
Ah.
When I first got there, I was suspicious because the truck hadn't gone off the road or collided with anything that would cause a fire or a wreck. Then I remembered that Tate's trucks had been having trouble a while back, so I took another look around.
And the result of that second examination?
The truck was surrounded by crates which had been thrown off the truck. Crates that were smashed and broken, but not burned. Now, if the hijackers were going to burn the truck, why bother to throw all those crates off the truck first? It just didn't make sense.
That's what I wanted to know. I'd say the gang started out to do the usual job, smashing the cargo and manhandling the crew. But then something happened. Something that made them switch their tactics. And they did something they'd never done before. They killed the driver.
Yeah, that explanation would fit the facts as I saw them. But what do you suppose caused the change in plan?
Well, I could make a guess, maybe. Tate told me that Regan was his oldest driver.
Yeah?
Now, somebody in Tate's outfit must be in league with the hijackers. That's the only way they could know as much as they do. I believe that Regan recognized one of Tate's men in the hijack gang.
Sure. And that fits right in with the idea that somebody in Tate's outfit was crossing him. Yes, Mr. Carter, I believe you've hit something.
Have you arranged with Mr. Tate for me to go to work for him?
Oh, no, Scubby. I haven't said anything to him. I don't want him to know.
Well, then how do you know I can get the job?
Tate's lost so many men since Regan was killed a couple of nights ago that he'll be glad to hire anybody. Patsy will fix you up with the necessary papers, licenses, references, and so forth. Wear your old clothes and don't wash your neck, and you'll have no trouble getting hired.
And what do you want me to look for especially, Nick?
Well, according to what Patsy says, the leak either goes through Tate, which hardly seems likely, through Leparo or Morgan, or through somebody else we haven't found out about yet. So get a line on things in general, on anyone who may look suspicious. Oh, and if you're riding a truck that gets held up, don't try to shoot it out, Scubby. Just let things ride.
We'll see about that when the time comes.
It's a 40-to-1 shot against her getting stopped, but just the same, watch your step. These men, whoever they are, have 2 murders on their head, and they won't balk at a couple more.
Men looking for jobs, line up over here. New men over here.
Hey, buddy, who's the guy over there at the desk? Oh, that's Al Leparo, the fleet foreman. Oh, that's the guy. Looks like a tough egg.
Don't worry, fella. He ain't turning nobody down these days. This outfit's got the finger on it. They had 40 men walk out on him yesterday. And I got a hunch this new gang ain't gonna last long either.
Oh, you mean on account of the killings the other day?
Yeah, that and the beating up of a couple of other drivers.
Recently?
Yeah, night before last.
Hey, that ain't so good, is it?
Ah, what's the difference? A job, ain't it?
Hey, who's the other guy?
Huh? Oh, that's Dave Morgan, old man Tate's assistant.
All right. Report to the garage at once. Next?
Mike Clausen's the name, Mr. Leparo. Here are me papers.
Mm-hmm. You worked here before, ain't you?
Sure. I drove for you about...
Never mind that. You ain't working here no more. Right, Morgan?
Right, Leparo. Nothing doing on that guy.
Oh, but what's the matter? I got a good record. I ain't never had no trouble.
Maybe not, but you ain't wanted here. Get out. Next.
Ah, the big bum.
Who's next?
Oh, me. The name's Wilson.
Where's your papers?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Mm-hmm. Wilson, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you're hired. Report to Matt Steiger on truck number 11. You start as helper at $23 a week. Satisfied?
Sure, boss. Okay by me.
Tell Steiger he picks up his load tonight at Freeman's Farm down South Jersey. He knows where it is. Get going.
Right. Thanks.
So they took you on, did they, Scubby? I thought they would.
Yes. I'm phoning from a lunchroom where I just ate.
Anything happened yet?
Well, just before they gave me a job, an old-timer named Mike Clausen was turned down. He used to work for Tate years ago. But LaPero wouldn't take him back.
I see. Maybe they didn't want to take on anyone who ever worked there before, or who has been there for long.
Well, maybe it doesn't mean anything, Nick, but it looks as if the...
What's the trouble, Scubby?
I'm not sure, Nick. But I just realized the guy in the booth next to me here isn't saying a word. He went into his booth as I came into this one, but he hasn't dialed a number or said anything yet.
Looks as if somebody's onto you already. Any idea who it could be?
No idea at all. Oh, but how could anybody know about me so soon?
There's always the chance that somebody's recognized you. Well, keep your eyes open, Scubby. Don't start anything.
Any orders?
No. Let me know at once if anything worthwhile happens. And good luck to you.
Thanks. Hey, what are you going to be doing?
I have several lines of investigation that I want to follow up here in the city. There are certain angles of this case that I want to clear up here before I do anything else. So long, Scubby. See you soon. I hope.
Gosh, Matt, driving one of these trucks is no cinch, is it?
How do you mean, kid?
Well, I've been driving a truck around in the city, and it ain't been like this at all. We spent the afternoon loading the stuff on the truck. Now we got to spend all night riding it back to town.
You don't like it, huh?
I'm beginning to think it wasn't such a bright idea, hiring on with this Tate outfit. Especially with a chance of getting beat up throwing in free.
Ah, cheer up. You might ride for weeks and never get stopped at all.
Gosh, this is a lonely section of the country, ain't it? Nothing but these scrub pines both sides of the road.
That's right.
Hey, I'm getting tired, Matt. You know, it's been a long time since I done so much weight. Mind if I take a little nap?
Ah, go ahead. About 1 o'clock now. I'll drive till 3, then you can take over. We'll be out in the main road by then.
Okay. Call me if you need me.
Yeah, sure, kid.
What you stopping for?
Somebody is signaling us with a flashlight to stop. I wonder
what... No, don't stop, Matt. It may be a holdup. Remember old man Tate's orders? No truck stop for nothing.
Oh, it's the state troopers. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see the uniform now. Okay. I'll get out and see what he wants. Hey, what's the matter, officer? What... Hey, that's our phony uniform. You're no regular cop.
This is the guy, all right. One of you fellas take care of the driver.
Look out, Matt!
Come down out of that cab, fella, if you know what's good for you.
Matt, it's a trap!
Shut up, Dick, and don't move. I got you covered. Now, don't try to pull it.
No!
Hey, quit that. Cut it out.
There, that takes care of you, you rat. Now for the other.
Here you are, copper.
Oh! Matt!
Not out yet. Here.
Oh.
You won't do no more fighting for a while. Okay, boys, come on.
Gosh, I'm tired, Patsy. I've done more of my own leg work today than I've done in years. I almost wish I'd kept Scubby here to do the walking around. And going out on the truck myself.
Did you find out anything, Nick?
Yes, Patsy, I think so. But I can't be sure for a little while yet. Not until I get some more answers to some of the thousands of questions I've asked today.
There have been several messages for you. I think this is probably the only one that's really important. Here.
Oh, thanks. I thought so. He's trying to borrow money. At least all that much of it. Makes me positive I'm on the right track. Any report from the state troopers, Patsy?
Yes, they think they've located the place. They're going to call you later this evening when they get the details.
Good. That'll give me time to join them before they make the raid. I don't want to miss being in at the kill.
Wilson?
Yeah. Oh, who are you?
That's Tiger, your driver.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. They stopped us. I tried to fight, and they knocked me out. How about you?
Yeah, they conked me, too.
Yeah?
I wonder why they didn't shoot us and be done with it.
Yeah, I wonder. Hey, where are we now? You any idea?
No, but I seem to remember taking a long ride last night after we left the truck. I wonder what time it is.
I don't know. It's still dark, though.
Yeah. Hey, Wilson, I've been wondering. I heard one of them thugs call you Dick and Copper when they were scrapping with you. Are you a copper?
Well, kind of one, yeah. Just trying to get a line on what's going on in this Tate outfit.
Yeah?
But how in heck did that guy know it was me?
Did Tate know what you are?
No. Nobody knew about me working for Tate but me and my boss. Hey, wait a minute.
What?
Right after I got the job, I phoned my boss, and somebody in the next phone booth overheard what I told him. Boy, they trapped me neat as you please.
They probably was afraid of you.
Looks like it. Well, the first thing to do is to get out of here.
Well, I've been working at the ropes that they got my hands tied together with, and I can't budge them at all. They're too tight for me.
Well, I think maybe I can get mine loose if I have time. I think my boss taught me several tricks to get out of ropes like this.
Yeah? Guess you'll have to get us out of this one, then. I can't.
Hold it, Matt.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming.
Time we got that red-headed punk waked up. Boss is due any minute now.
With pleasure. Come on, you. Leave me assist you to a chair. Sorry you can't walk by yourself tied up like that, but that wouldn't be etiquette.
Come on. Cut the comedy.
Wake up, you. Come on, copper. Get them eyes open.
Oh, hey. Hey, what's the matter? Hey, what you trying to do?
There you are, Mike. You want me to soften him up for you?
Let's see if he talks first. Maybe he'll talk without any persuading.
Well, okay, but I hope he needs some waking over. I enjoy that.
All right, punk. You gonna talk?
Talk about what?
There's no use stalling. We know you're Nick Carter's man.
Well, if you know that, what you want me to say?
We know you called Carter yesterday before you left New York. What'd you say to him? What'd you tell him?
Hey, I know you.
Huh?
You're the guy who wore the phony state trooper's uniform when you held us up last night.
Yeah? Well, knowing that ain't gonna help you none.
Oh!
Come on, spill it. How much do you know?
Okay, he ain't gonna talk, Mike. It's gotta be a real job. I gotta go to work on him.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Jake.
Oh.
Go ahead, make it good.
Sure. Oh, let me take my coat off first so I don't feel cramped.
Let me have it. I'll put it on the back of the chair.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, you better put my gun in the pocket of my coat so it won't get in my way when I really get going.
Okay. Now, let's see some action.
All right, you red-headed stool pigeon. Now spill it. Spill it all around. What the?
Come on, Jake. There's trouble out there.
Well, that's a funny one.
Matt, do you see what I see?
What do you mean?
Jake left his coat hanging on the back of that chair there. There's a gun in the pocket of that coat.
Oh, boy, what a break if we can only get loose.
Just a minute. My hands are almost free.
Good.
Wait a minute. There. Now, get the feet loose. There. Yeah, that does it. Now the gun. Now let him come back.
Hey, what?
Drop that gun. You're covered.
Oh, yeah? Well, this'll show. Yeah.
Oh, you would you? Here.
Oh, you killed me. You killed me.
You got him, Wilson. Get me loose and I'll give you a hand. They'll be back in here.
Right, but the gun is empty. Gee, we're in a spot.
He killed the boss. Come on.
Yeah, the boss is dead. I'm getting
What's
out
that?
of here.
Yeah, let's
Wait a
get
minute.
going.
Listen, Wilson. Listen. They're leaving.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There you are, Matt.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Wilson. Gosh, am I glad to get out of them ropes.
Hey, Matt, this is the screwiest thing I ever heard of.
Yeah. Why do you suppose they beat it off like that?
You got me. But come on, let's get out of this place. They might come back as fast as they went out.
Yeah. Okay, give me a chair. I'll break this door down for you.
Okay. Gosh, Matt. There he is on the floor, the boss. And 2 holes through his forehead.
You sure hit him square in the bullseye.
Wait till I take off his mask and see if I know. Matt.
What?
It's Mr. Tate.
Who?
The owner of the trucking company.
Mr. Tate?
Yeah.
Tate racketeering his own business? Attacking his own trucks?
But that doesn't make sense, Matt.
Boy, I'll say it doesn't. Why should he want to destroy his own business?
And why would he ask Nick to investigate the... Hey, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna get our...
Maybe some more of them in there.
Can you see him?
Yeah. Oh, they're state troopers.
Oh,
It's
boy.
okay, Matt.
Open up in there. Come on with your hands up. Come on, you're surrounded and outnumbered.
Don't shoot. We're coming out.
Get that door open before they shoot.
We surrender.
Get your hands up. I got 2 here, men. Watch the back of the house. Right, Sergeant.
Oh, gosh, are we glad to see you.
Yeah, keep your hands up.
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, I'm Scubby Wilson, and this is Matt Steiger. I'm Nick Carter's assistant.
You look it. Who's the dead man lying there?
Oh, that's Mr. Tate. I just shot him.
No, you did. Well, that'll send you to the chair, all right.
Oh, no. No, you don't understand. He's the chief of the hijackers. Well, he was holding us prisoners here.
That's a good one. Where's the gun you killed him with?
Well, it's in the other room.
Keep your hands up.
But, officer, you don't
I suppose you're going to tell me you shot him in self-defense, huh?
Yeah. That's just what I did. Well, look, you can ask Matt here.
That's right, officer. He was going to kill us both.
Yeah.
Sure. Where's the gun he was going to kill you with?
Well, it was in his hand when I saw it last.
Well, it ain't here now. You're a bum liar, feller. I suppose that after you shot him between the eyes, killing him instantly, he walked over to the window, threw his gun away, and then came back here, lay down, and died.
Oh, but gosh, officer, I saw him.
Put your hands out.
Huh? What?
Put your hands out.
How about you can't put handcuffs on me?
No? Watch me.
Be sure they're on good and tight, Sergeant.
I will, that.
Nick!
Oh, hello, Scubby. Having a good time?
You know this guy, Mr. Carter?
Does he know me? Oh, tell him who I am, Nick.
Yes, Sergeant, I'm afraid I have to confess that I do know him. He's my assistant, although he hasn't been much of assistance in this case.
Shall I let him go, then?
Yes, I'll take charge of him.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, gosh, Nick, am I glad to see you. Oh, this is Matt Steiger, the guy who was driving the truck I was on.
Hello, Mr. Carter.
Glad to know you.
Hey, look, I heard some shooting a few minutes ago. Did you get some of the gang?
Yes, Scubby. Morgan and 4 men. We ran that car off the road and caught them all. Morgan's pretty badly wounded, but he pulled through.
So Morgan was in on it after all.
Morgan was the head of the gang.
Oh, no. No, Morgan wasn't the head of the gang, Nick. The head of the gang is lying there, dead. And I shot him. Put 2 bullets in him in self-defense.
Who is he? You know him?
Know him. It's Mr. Tate.
Mr. Tate? Why, he had nothing to do with this.
He sure did, Nick. Why, he was holding us prisoners here. Sure, Matt can tell you.
That's true, Mr. Carter. He tried to kill Wilson, and Wilson shot him.
I tell you, Tate had nothing to do with this gang, Scubby.
Oh, what makes you so sure, Nick?
I did a lot of investigating in town today, and I found that Morgan has been trying to borrow money anywhere and everywhere he could to take advantage of what he called a chance to get going a good business, dirt cheap. Well, that obviously meant Tate's business, especially since the $40 a truck the Racketeers asked was unquestionably intended to drive Tate out of business rather than to get the money out of him.
But Morgan was one of the drivers who got beaten up, Nick.
Who said so? Morgan. Nobody else knew anything about it, and it gave him a swell alibi. I think that Regan, the driver who was killed the other day, probably was shot because he recognized Morgan.
But, Nick, everything you say about Morgan could have been true of Tate just as well.
Not quite, Scubby. I found out several other things during my investigation today that proved definitely that Morgan's the one.
But, Nick, I shot Tate not 5 minutes ago while he was trying to kill me.
I wonder. Huh. You shot him 5 minutes ago. How does it happen that he's been dead for at least 3 hours?
Dead for 3 hours?
No question about it. Rigor mortis has already begun to set in. Scubby, somebody's put one over on you.
Well, what do you mean, Nick?
Where's the gun you shot him with?
Oh, the trooper took it.
Yeah, that's right. Here it is, Mr. Carter.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. Look here. How does it happen that you shot him with blank cartridges?
Oh, Nick, now don't tell me...
Here are the shells I just took out of that gun you used. 4 of them have been fired previously. And you can see that the other 2, the 2 left for you to fire, have had the bullets pried out of them. Now, you see the mark on the edge of the shell?
Yeah.
So you couldn't have shot him.
But, Mr. Carter, I saw Wilson plug him. I saw him falling dead as the door closed behind him. There's no question about it.
There's no question but what you thought you saw that. But it was all planned, just that way.
Planned?
Certainly. How come you were able to get out of the ropes you were tied up with so fast? How come there was nobody in the room when you got hold of the gun? Why do you suppose that gun was left where you could get your hands on it? That is what happened, isn't it?
Yes, Nick. As right as if you'd been here to see it.
It couldn't have been any other way. Tate probably had a hunch Morgan was guilty and trailed him here. Morgan caught him, shot him with his gun. Then he wiped his prints off it, and he planted it where you could get at it. Then, at the psychological moment, Morgan, with a mask over his face, opened the door so you could see him and shot at you. Then you shot at him, as he knew you would, using the 2 shells he had left in the gun for you. The 2 shells with no bullets in them. Then he pretended to fall dead, carefully shutting the door as he did so that you couldn't see what happened next.
Oh, I see, Nick. And then he put Tate's body there by the door with a mask over his face.
Right.
Gosh.
When you opened the door, there was Tate's body, shot through the head with the very gun you held in your hand. A gun on which the police would find your fingerprints, and yours only. Morgan would have made sure they found it.
Boy, what a setup. It was perfect. Matt would have had to swear he saw me do it. And I was so completely fooled that... Why, I would have confessed to the murder in any court in the country.
Yes, Scubby. You still trust too much to what you hear and see. Before you can be a really first-class detective, you'll have to learn to distrust everything until you've analyzed it in the light of all the evidence.
This has been another of the strange adventures of Nick Carter, Master Detective, which are brought to you regularly at this time by WOR Mutual. Well, Nick, what about next week's story? Can you give us a hint?
Next week, my story concerns a murderer who killed his victims according to the sign of the zodiac under which they were born.
A very unpleasant and dangerous man, I might add.
Yes, definitely. Patsy and I got so close on his trail that he tried 2 different times to get rid of us.
But in his attempts to be very clever, he made a bad mistake, and Nick caught him.
And caught the murderer, too, I imagine.
Quite right. After a chase. I call the story The Horoscope Murders. So long. See you next week.
So long.
So long to you, Nick and Patsy. In the strange adventure you have just heard, Nick Carter was impersonated by Lon Clark, Patsy by Helen Choate, Scubby by John Kane. Original music was played by Lou White. The entire production was written and directed by Jock McGregor. Next week at the same time, listen to another curious experience of Nick Carter entitled
The Horoscope Murders. For Nick Carter and the Mystery of the Avenging Astrologer.
This story is a copyrighted feature of Street and Smith Publications, Incorporated. The Return of Nick Carter is produced in the studios of WOR and is broadcast over most of these stations every Saturday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern War Time. And don't forget that the adventures of Nick Carter's adopted son, Chick Carter, are broadcast over most of these stations Mondays through Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern War Time. This is Mutual.
Jock McGregor produced a lot of old-time radio. In addition to Nick Carter, he Mysterious Traveler as well, Cisco Kid, Strange Dr. Weird, so many amazing parts. We can't forget the Sealed Book. That was another Jock McGregor production. Lots and lots of stuff. But that was Lon Clark. Lon Clark with as Nick Carter, Master Detective. I'll get the words out of my mouth in the right order shortly. 82 years ago, March 4th, 1944 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream. Now we're going to hear A late episode of Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, and the Doom Machine.
One of the great musical events of this year is a motion picture. It is called Electroglide in Blue. Its soundtrack features the talents of many top contemporary artists, including the hit single Tell Me, sung by Terry Kath of Chicago, now available on Columbia Records. Electroglide in Blue is something to hear and something to see. From United Artists, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
The tail end of the run of Suspense the last couple of years was pretty much a crapshoot. Sometimes you would get some absolute stinky shows, and then you'd get some shows that you'd go, wait a minute, this is good stuff. And some of the shows I dearly love, and some of them I just go, meh. But this is one that's really good, and it is not an original script. It was originally presented on 2000 Plus over on Mutual back in August of 1950. That particular production starred Louis Van Ruten. This episode stars Leon Janney, the script by Edgar Marvin. And it is set a few more years from now. You know how a lot of these science fiction shows went out 50 years, and so we're dealing with one. This show is set in the year 2500. And interestingly enough, some of that technology that back in 1962 was fantasies that were actually a lot closer to it than we could be. But let's listen to Leon Janney starring in this episode of Suspense from the final season of the program, March 4th, 1962, and that is 64 years ago today.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Doom Machine, starring Leon Janney as Dr. Ferris, and written especially for Suspense by Edgar Marvin. It's 8 o'clock in the morning in the year 2500. On the outskirts of the great city is a large one-story house. In one wing of this house is the laboratory of Dr. Atlee Ferris, who is seated behind an enormous horseshoe-shaped desk, studded with levers and small blinking instrument panels.
Morning, Dr. Ferris.
Good morning, Jack.
I tried to work out those calculations you left as best I could. I hope I have them figured right, sir.
Never mind, I won't be able to use them anyway. I lost the train of thought on that wide pattern we were following.
Oh, it's too bad, Dr. Ferris. You were so far advanced on it.
Well, I'm only human, Jack. I'm not a machine. In fact, my humanity practically conspires against me. The level of concentration I need is fantastic, Jack. But I'm not pure brain. There are disturbances, distractions, emotional upheavals.
That's what life is, Dr. Ferris. We can't avoid that.
But if there were pure brain, Jack, a mind that would hold pure thought and nothing else, it would carry out the logical sequence of thoughts into action without any deviation from its purpose, regardless of any distraction or human consideration.
There's no such thing, Dr. Ferris. It would be monstrous.
Perhaps, but it would succeed in its work. Whereas we, because we're human, too often are distracted and fail.
I'd rather fail than be just a brain.
Yes, because you're human. And you won't admit that creatures with a pure brain would be superior to you. Well, back to your work, Jack. I'm just talking to myself anyway. He doesn't understand how limited the human mind is. Yes, that's it. That's what I need. A brain that isn't human. Third audio box entry, July 7th. The first parts for my new project arrived today, and I immediately began assembly. The job is going to be bigger than I expected. My original plans didn't call for motive power, but now I see that everything will be impossible unless there is force of action.
6th audio box entry, July 20th. Sally is bursting with curiosity. But she knows enough now not to come near my workroom. Perhaps I should prepare her for the fact that we are going to have a guest in the house. 13th audio box entry, August 27th. This is probably the last report I shall make. There is complete mobility, and the concentration chamber has been sealed. Not even I could get it to change a thought once the decision trap is shut. Communicative power is slow, but there is no faltering of expression. The last thing is the will. I shall test that tomorrow. The final test.
I hear something. Is that it, Dr. Ferris?
I ordered it to report to me here in the laboratory at 10 o'clock. What time is it now, Jack?
It's just 10, Dr. Ferris. Is it safe?
We'll know in a moment.
I am here, Master.
It's enormous. The most enormous robot I've ever seen.
This isn't just a robot. Inside that enormous metal body is the most advanced electronic brain ever devised. Pure brain. Maximum electronic mentality. That's what we'll call him. Max.
I could think of other names.
The real thing, Jack, is his power of concentration. His will is tied directly to action. He does whatever he decides. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can distract him. His will is as strong as the titanium he's made of. He's perfect, Jack. Perfect.
Yes, he's perfect, Dr. Ferris. You've got what you wanted, a brain that isn't human. A thing completely without emotions.
Look at Daddy's laboratory, Philip. Isn't it immense?
You can see and hear everything from this control room.
Is that the robot, Mr. Ferris?
Yes, that's Max. Well, what do you think of him?
He's amazing.
He operates himself, Philip. He's not just a robot. He's a thinking machine. He's figuring out the solar energy formula right now. Jack does the manual work.
You mean the man takes orders from the robot?
Jack's not in Max's class when it comes to pure thought.
Oh, Daddy, it's humiliating to take orders from a machine.
Yeah? And what's your opinion, you brilliant young physicist, Philip?
Well, as a scientist, Dr. Ferris, I have to admit admiration for your robot, Max. But speaking as a human being, I think I'd resent taking orders from it, too. I mean, having it on a pedestal.
Yeah, that's where Max belongs. He can do the mental job, and Jack can't. Therefore, Max leads and Jack follows. I'm not interested in your so-called human values. I have no more feelings about them than Max has. The superior always lead the inferior. That's the way it is, and that's the way it has to be.
Dr. Ferris, I can't stand it anymore. I'm not working for you. I'm working for a machine, an iron monster.
Oh, now don't be
He knows
foolish.
it, too. I can feel it. He's cocky, Dr. Ferris. He gloats over us.
Well, that's how you feel, Jack. Max has no emotions. He's just doing a job.
I don't want to be a part of it.
But he's going to succeed, Jack. Max is going to accomplish in a month what you and I have been working on for 3 years. I'm going to fly to the capital tomorrow to report on our progress. You can't quit now. I'm depending on you.
How long will you be away?
Oh, a few days, maybe a week. And the final test of the formula may come while I'm gone. You have to be here.
Well, if we're that close to the end, I suppose I can stick it out.
Fine. Now, if the test should come while I'm gone, I want you to record all the steps on the audio box tape recorder.
I'll remember.
Oh, and Jack, there may be some danger. You're going to be trapping the energy of the sun right in the laboratory. Radiation will be intense. Now, be sure you set the thermal drums in back of the solar tube so you can graph the heat measurement. The main thing, of course, is to be positive the formula's correct before you throw the switch.
How much chance I'll have to figure that. Max makes all the decisions.
Well, that's the one reason I'm not worried about the danger, Jack. You can trust Max. Whatever you think of him, you know that.
I suppose so.
Well, it's important that you believe in him. His mind, Jack, his pure electronic brain will do more for humanity than generations of emotional beings like us.
Home 23.
Home 23.
Omega 1-5.
Omega 1-5.
Thermodyne 2-4.
Thermodyne 2-4.
Set rheostat control.
Set rheostat. Max, that's it. That's the test for solar energy, the final test.
Set rheostat control.
You sure we're ready for it, Max? Let me look over the formula.
Formula is right.
Well, at least let me see it.
Do now.
Now? Is there any reason why we must finish it this afternoon? We've been working all day. I want to look over the formula tonight, tomorrow.
Must finish. Must finish.
All right. Nothing stops you. Let me turn on the audio box tape recorder so we can record the steps. Not a chance to get anywhere arguing with a machine. Never tired, no emotions, no feelings. After this test, I'm through. Dr. Ferris will know I'm walking out.
Set rheostat control.
Just a minute. There. Now I'll check the thermal drums. For graphing.
Set thermal panel.
Check.
Increase. Raise. Thermal 8. Radial flux.
Boy, it's hot. We must be tapping the sun. Look at that control panel spin.
Thermal 10. Radial flux 8. Thermal 12. Radial flux 9.
Max, it's getting too hot. I don't think we can get any more increase.
Thermal 14. Radial flux 10.
No, Max, it won't work. I see it now. We're absorbing too much heat in the tube. We're not channeling out.
Thermal 16.
I'm afraid, Max. I'm afraid. Max is shooting heat rays. Max!
Jack gone. Heat over maximum. Need new formula.
Wonderful, Max, wonderful. It's running on solar energy. With this machine alone, this laboratory model, we could power 100 factories.
Heat too high.
Yes, I checked the thermal drums. The heat is too high, but we can fix that. Take a little work, but we can do it. You have no idea where Jack is?
Jack gone.
Yes, you told me that, but where? Well, I suppose he skipped out. He's been threatening that for a long while. Fine time to do it, though. That's human loyalty for you, and he used to say you couldn't be trusted because you had no feelings. Nothing would stop you from finishing a job. No petty human considerations.
Check audio box.
Yes, good idea, Max. I want to hear the steps in this experiment.
Not a chance to get anywhere arguing with a machine.
Yes, that's Jack.
Never tired, no emotions, no feelings. After this test, I'm through. Dr. Ferris or no, I'm walking out.
Yeah, just as I thought. Good riddance.
Set rheostat control.
Just a minute.
Yeah. I don't want to hear any more of this. Don't worry, Max. I'll get you another assistant. Nobody worthy of you, I'm afraid. Just another human being like Jack. But you'll be able to use his arms anyway, won't you, Max?
Yes, Master.
Look, Sally, I appreciate the chance to work with your father, but I just couldn't take orders from Max.
Philip, I think you're wrong. I really do think that this time you're wrong.
Listen, why do you think Jack quit? Besides, your father never liked me, and this is his opportunity to make a fool of me.
But Daddy was very disappointed in Jack. This is your chance to make good in his eyes, patch everything up.
Oh, I don't know.
Besides, the work is so important. You keep telling me yourself how brilliant Daddy is.
Yeah, sure, but...
When this work is completed, Philip, it will mean all sorts of honors
Will you
for
listen
him.
for a minute?
It can be the making of you as a scientist. Oh, for my sake, take the job.
You make it very hard to refuse.
Then don't refuse, Philip. I can call Daddy back.
All right, darling. For your sake, call him back.
Now, Philip, the one problem we had was the excess of heat vibration in the thermal tube itself. I checked over Max's new formula to decrease that, and I think he's got it. I've given him instructions based on that new formula. I want you to follow Max's orders completely. I'm jetting out to the capital again with a member of the National Thermal Committee, and I'm sure you can handle the work in my absence.
Well, I don't see why not. The way it looks, I'd only be an extra pair of hands for Max.
Just so. A very apt bit of phrasing, Philip.
Well, Max and I might as well get to work.
Fine, fine. Max will show you how to regulate the thermal drums. Good luck.
I'm afraid we've been keeping you from concluding your experiments, Dr. Ferris, having you report to the Capitol so often.
On the contrary, Dr. Larkin, I'm in the fortunate position of being able to place my work in even more capable hands than mine.
Oh?
I don't suppose you've heard of Max.
Max?
Primary field 23.
Primary field 23.
Secondary field 19. Coil 64.
Secondary field 19, coil 64.
Circumference 20 degrees.
Circumference 20 degrees.
But Ferris, you can't be serious. Rain like that is a monstrosity. It's inhuman.
Of course it's inhuman. That's the grandeur of it. No feelings, no emotions, nothing to distract it. Just pure scientific thought at the service of humanity.
But a thing like that cannot serve humanity, Dr. Ferris. It's wrong somehow.
We've always used mechanical servants, Dr. Larkin. Why, this very jet ship...
Oh, no. Not to make decisions for us. It's a mistake to grant free will to any mind untempered by feelings and emotions. There's something immoral about it.
Well, but that's just the beauty of it, Dr. Larkin. Precisely because he has no feelings, Max can never make mistakes.
Sorry, I don't believe it. No machine in the world operates to perfection.
But Max isn't a machine. Max is pure brain, self-corrected, undistracted. Here, let me show you. Just look at the perfection of his latest formula.
Ohm 22.
Ohm 22.
Omega 1-4.
Omega 1-4.
See? So he bases his new rheostat setting on Ohm 22, Omega 1-4.
Omega? Why Omega, Dr. Ferris? Isn't that a similar ratio?
Good Lord. Good Lord.
What's the matter?
Oh, no. Larkin, Max has repeated the same mistake. It's as high a ratio as the other. It'll build heat rather than dissipate it. If Philip goes near the thermal control with that formula, he'll be cremated, burnt to an ash.
Oh, Dr. Ferris, are you sure?
Unfortunately, I'm very sure. That's what happened to Jack. He was... Oh, no. Larkin, I've got to go back. I've got to get back in time. If we don't get there in time, I'll be a murderer, Larkin. You hear? A murderer.
Rheostat control.
Rheostat control.
Thermal panel.
Set thermal panel. Well, Max, this is the big one, isn't it? We're all set to drag in the blazing sun. You know you're not half bad to work with after a fellow becomes used to your infernal arrogance.
Set thermal panel.
And your infernal driving. There. All right, Max, old boy, fire away. We're on to glory.
Increase, raise, thermal 8, radial, flux 6.
Thermal 8, radial flux 6. Wow, this certainly builds up heat fast.
Thermal 12, radial, flux 9.
Thermal 12, radial. Oh.
Thermal 14, radial, flux 10.
Thermal 14. Machine's awfully hot, Max. There. Max, listen. I don't know about this. It's getting awfully hot.
Philip, get away from that machine.
Dr. Ferris, what's wrong?
He's shooting thermal rays. You'll be cremated, burned to an ash. Into the control room, quick.
Hey, easy.
Now, stay there. The inso glass walls will shield you.
Thermal 16, radial, flux 12.
Max is going to the thermal panel. I've got to stop him.
Oh, please, Dr. Ferris, you'll be killed yourself.
Now stay in there. Don't come out. Now, Max, listen to me. Your new formula was wrong. Wrong. Don't touch the thermal panel. You'll be destroyed. Stop, Max. Do you hear me?
Not stop until finished.
But not if you've made a mistake. Now stop, Max. Stop.
Dr. Ferris, he can't stop. Nothing will stop him. That's the way you built him. He's only a machine. He has no understanding.
No, he's not just a machine. He's pure brain. He must understand. Now, Max, listen. Your formula is wrong. You'll destroy yourself. Everything you've accomplished will be destroyed with you.
Not stop. Not stop.
Good Lord. He's found the switch. Dr. Ferris, come in here, quickly!
Oh, the idiot monster! Dr. Larkin was right. It is something immoral, an inflexible electronic brain. No emotions, no soul, no reason. It's my fault, mine.
Dr. Ferris! Look out! He's throwing the switch, Dr. Ferris!
No, Max, no!
Suspense. You've been listening to Doom Machine, starring Leon Janney as Dr. Ferris, and written especially for Suspense by Edgar Marvin. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Featured in tonight's story were Cliff Carpenter, Elaine Rost, Bernard Grant, and Eugene Francis. Listen again next week when we return with Heads You Lose, written by Robert Arthur. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. The Singing is Easy on the Richard Hayes Show, weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.
And we look at self-driving cars today, and a lot of the same stuff, don't you know? Suspense. Going back 64 years to March 2nd, 1962, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Let's get to something kinder, gentler, with Claudia, next.
It's coming from the deep, dark recesses of the mind of Mel Brooks. I love him. Young Frankenstein. Starring Gene Wilder, Peter Boyle, Marty Feldman, Cloris Leachman, Terry Garr, Kenneth Mars, and Madeline Kahn. We had the guts to make it. Now let's see if you've got the guts to see it. Young Frankenstein in black and white. No offense. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Now we're going to step back 78 years, March 4th, 1948, for Claudia.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia. Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed, Monday through Friday, by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself.
Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
Paradiso! Paradiso!
He must be inside the house, David.
Probably putting the plumber to work.
I didn't even know we had a plumber.
We've got to have a plumber to install the steam riser line in the wall we've cut open.
I didn't even know we had a steam riser line.
What did you think it does? Stay in the cellar?
What stays in the cellar?
The steam, of course. Only it doesn't. It rises. That's the point.
David, we're going to have steam. I thought we were going to have oil.
We are.
Well, what do you know? I'm beginning to learn all kinds of things about houses.
Darling, you're practically an architect. At this rate, in another 5 years, you'll be able to design a first-class birdhouse all by yourself.
A birdhouse?
Well, maybe not a fancy birdhouse, nothing with plumbing, you understand, but a one-room, common, everyday garden variety birdhouse.
At least when I build a birdhouse, it'll have 4 walls. Not like the houses some people I know build.
Ours does look a little discouraging, doesn't it?
Discouraging?
Well, we'll have that wall back up before the end of next week.
Uh-huh, maybe.
If we can find Mr. Paradiso.
I knew there was going to be an if. Hey, there's Mr. Paradiso now. And your wall is still flat on the ground.
Mr. Paradiso.
Hello, Norton. Good morning, Mr. Paradiso. You don't have to leave everything you're doing just to say hello. But I like it. Hello.
I like it too, Mrs. Norton. It's good to get a breath of nice, clean city air.
We left New York hours ago, Mr. Paradiso. We couldn't hold our breath all the time.
You married yourself quite a little card, didn't you, Mr. Norton? I like that.
You mean you think she's joking?
Sure, about holding her breath. Wasn't she?
Well, what's the main trouble this morning, Mr. Paradiso?
Now, you see that wall there? Why isn't it up?
Because you haven't got the steam riser line in.
Say, which one of you two is the architect?
He is.
All of this adds up, I suppose, to what you're trying to say. Your plumber didn't show up.
Right the first time, Mr. Norton. Guess you are the architect after all.
The plumber didn't show up. But he can't do that.
Oh, can't he?
Maybe the plumber's sick.
Maybe, but he's probably tying trout flies, or else he just doesn't like work.
Well, can't you call him up on the phone and tell him he just has to be here? We need him.
He knows we need him.
It's just got something else to do that he thinks is more important.
Well, how bad is it? Can you juggle the work around a little?
That's just it. I can't.
What's he mean, David?
Well, the trouble is that if Mr. Paradiso has to go ahead with the other parts of the job now in this very cold weather, it's going to cost him more than he figured.
Oh, no.
Trouble is also, I'm already cutting so close to the line on costs here that I don't see how I can hold down to the estimate.
You mean because the plumber doesn't show up today, it's going to cost us a lot more money?
Well, it isn't Mr. Paradiso's fault that the plumber doesn't show up.
Well, it isn't our fault either.
Lady's got something there.
And it wasn't our fault that the wall was so complicated that it cost lots more money to fix it than we expected in the first place.
But it's our house, darling. You've got to plan on
And
this.
when they dig the well, it won't be our fault if they have to go down hundreds and hundreds of feet.
Now, wait a minute.
Oh, David, we thought it was going to cost us $8,000. And then we paid $10,000. And the repairs are costing almost twice as much as we wanted them to. And now, all because a plumber doesn't show up.
Darling, this is our house.
I know it's our house, but I'm beginning to think that maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it's too much for us.
Claudia, this is where we're going to live. This will be our lives. How can it be too much?
I don't see why our lives have to be so full of troubles.
Troubles? Darling, this is nothing compared to the trouble the people must have had in 1760 building this house in the first place.
They may have had it harder, but they didn't have it any colder. I think the trouble with your wife is that she's cold, Mr. Norton.
Is that it, Claudia?
It's a lot of it. David, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Here I am making brilliant speeches about houses and plumbers while you're standing around freezing to death. Fine sort of husband I turned out to be.
You're the most wonderful sort of husband in the world, and I'm going to give you a kiss.
Well, then stop talking about it.
Mrs. Norton won't be any warmer in this house with a wall out. Why doesn't she drive down the road to the Brewster filling station and sit inside there?
I want to stay here and hear what you
You
decide.
aren't staying here a second longer, Skinny Malink. Now, you stayed here a little too long already.
Besides, we may not have to decide anything at all. If the plumber shows up this afternoon, he'll be able to finish enough by tomorrow so we can really get started on that wall.
Oh, I know he won't. This house just isn't built that way. I know that by now the poor plumber probably has something terrible the matter with him, and he won't be able to plumb for months.
Well, you leave that to us. Now, I'll drive you down to the Brewsters.
I'll drive myself, Don.
You will not. I'll drive you.
Fine. Then I'll drive you back here, and we can go back and forth and back and
All
forth.
right. Drive yourself, but drive carefully.
I'll keep my eyes on the road and my hand on the wheel and my feet on the gas.
That is what I'm afraid of, darling. Now, no fancy business. Don't try to park the car.
Park the car? Well, that's the last thing I do. All I ever do, David, is stop it.
Ain't got none.
May I come in?
Lady, we ain't got it. This here's the Brewster service station, but we ain't got service. No gas, no oil, no water, no air, no nothing.
All I want to do is to get warm.
How's that?
I just want to get warm.
Well, we ain't got anything else but heat. We got that. Come in.
Oh, that feels wonderful.
It'll feel better if you close the door.
Oh, I will.
You do look kind of cold, lady. Why don't you come over here, sit by the oil stove? Gives off plenty of heat.
Oh, that's even better already.
Right cold day, all right. Going to be even colder next week, I think, too.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Yep, it is. If you don't like cold.
I don't.
No. I don't think anybody does. Might as well read a newspaper, I guess. Maybe a magazine.
Thank you, Mr. Brewster.
I ain't Brewster. I'm Jessup. Cornelius Jessup.
Oh, well, I'm glad to know you, too.
Thanks. It's a pleasure.
Certainly is a funny service station in a way. Isn't it, Mr. Jessup?
How funny?
Well, you haven't got any gas, no oil, no water, or anything else. But in spite of it, you're really very nice to people.
Thanks. We ain't really open today.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I see, but,
I can see what you're thinking. You're wanting to know what I'm doing here if we ain't open.
Oh, no, Mr. Jessup. I'm sure you must have a very good reason for
I'm
being
keeping
here.
an eye on things from a cousin.
Oh, you're Mr. Brewster's cousin?
No, I ain't. Brewster's dead. Been dead 10 years.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. Mean old penny pinching, no good skinflint. Did his best to cheat my cousin when he bought this place from him. Didn't get away with it, though.
I'm glad.
I can see what you're thinking.
You can?
You're thinking, why isn't my cousin here instead of me?
Oh, no, Mr. Jessup. I'm sure your cousin has just as good a reason for not being here as you have for taking his place.
Yeah. My cousin, Philip, who owns this service station, is filling in for his brother-in-law, Sam Jones, who owns the diner in town.
You see, I was right.
And if you want to know why I'm not filling in for Sam Jones myself, it's because I can't cook, and my cousin Philip can.
I knew there was a very good reason.
Yeah. And if you want to know why Sam Jones can't be at his diner today, it's because he's got to drive his wife's sister, Sally Lou Martin, to Bridgeport to get her wedding dress, because she's got to be married next week.
Married?
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you want to know why I don't drive Sally Lou to Bridgeport myself, save all this jumping around, that's because we Jessups ain't talking to the Martin branch of the family. Now you know everything, and you don't have to ask no more questions.
But I haven't asked any.
Ain't you?
Not one question. Weddings. Don't you think they're wonderful?
That there is a question. And here's my answer. I think they're a waste of time. Why, they can't just stand in front of the Justice of the Peace and get hitched and save all this trouble. I'm danged if I know.
Oh, it's a little trouble. But weddings are worth it, I think.
Little trouble. Here I am, perfectly good plumber. I ought to be working today, only instead I got to be...
You're a plumber?
Yep, sure am. I'm supposed to be working down there on the River Road on that old Tucker place those city people bought. I sure could use the money. Only I got to stay here instead.
Mr. Jessup, do you know how badly they need you down there at that old Tucker place?
Pretty bad, I guess. You don't need a plumber every day, but, lady, when you need one bad.
I'm Mrs. Norton. I'm half of the city people who bought the Tucker place. And, Mr. Jessup, you just haven't any idea how important you are to us.
Sure is a shame. Somebody's got to stay here and keep an eye on things at the service station.
But you haven't anything to serve.
Well, somebody might call up for help getting a tire fixed. Only there isn't a chance of that happening because nobody's out driving today.
Mr. Jessup, could you...
Mrs. Norton, how long can you stay here?
I could stay here all day.
Mrs. Norton, you stay right here. I'm going to get to work right now on your house.
But, Mr. Jessup, what'll I do if something happens?
Nothing'll happen, Miss Norton. You just stay here, answer the phone. Only it won't ring. I'm going right down and get your house built. That's man's work.
But, Mr. Jessup...
Many thanks, Miss Norton. It's just like money in the bank to me.
To me, too. Goodbye. Well, here we are. Oh, Mr. Jessup said you wouldn't ring. Oh, you. Oh, I promised him I'd answer. Why did you have to ring just after he left? Brewster Service Station. Hello? Yes? What? Oh, no. 3 Oaks Road. You've got a flat tire and you want me to fix it? But I'm taking the place of the plumber, Mr. Jessup. You see, his cousin, Mr. Martin, had to go to a wedding, and I'm just here.
This broadcast of Claudia was supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney. What happens in your house when unexpected guests drop in? Is there a flurry of activity? Do you have to send one of the children out for refreshments? Or do you keep plenty of Coke on ice for just such moments? Now that there's plenty of Coca-Cola again, it pays to order it by the case. Then you can meet social emergencies the way you like to have them met, with a gracious, easy smile that says, "Welcome. It's grand to see you." Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
It's that Murphy's Law thing. It is exactly Murphy's Law. 78 years ago, March 4th, 1948, Claudia on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday. Thursday's program, we'll get into drama with the Lux Radio Theater production of Panic in the Streets, starring Richard Widmark. Edward Arnold is Mr. President, dealing with quid pro quos. Escape, Conqueror's Isle, starring David Ellis, and Claudia. That's all coming up tomorrow. Have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.